Yeah, I think just for anyone listening who's not a VC, when I first became a VC, I hadn't been before we started Frontline, I hadn't been a VC before. I'd been on the entrepreneur side. And literally almost kind of as soon as Frontline was announced that we had a fund, almost overnight, suddenly I started getting more people who wanted to meet with me, more people who wanted to spend time with me. I started getting invited to conferences. I started getting invited to speak at conferences, getting invited to speak at podcasts. Thank you guys. And it's very easy to believe that the reason why everyone wants to spend time with you or listen to you or talk to you is because you're great, and because you're so smart and you're so witty and you're so charming. But the thing you just have to constantly keep in check is that the reality is that, I have an enormous privileged position to be able to invest potentially millions into companies. And millions is, for 99.99999% of the world, millions is a life-changing amount of money if you want to build your company, especially at the start. And so I think I have to make sure that that's always come check. And the example we spoke about was in venture capital. I'm incredibly privileged as well, because every single day people come in and they're trying to get me excited. Their goal is that they're passionate about what they're doing and they need to try and get me as passionate so that I will hopefully invest in that company. And that means that at the end of every day, I'm constantly, everyone who I meet is trying to lift me up, trying to get me excited. And again, that's, an amazing ego boosting and self-actualizing thing. And I gave you the comparison that one of my good school friends, he runs an undertakers, and on his day, he constantly is meeting people who are often at their lowest points or at their side, going through some of the deepest sadness they're going through because they've lost someone who they love so dearly. And it's his job and his family's job to lift those people up and make sure that they have a day that they feel properly respects and remembers that person. And, I'm sure for him, that is emotionally exhausting at times because, the opposite to me, he has to lift people up every single day. And for me, I'm so lucky and privileged to be in a job where the people around me are lifting me up every single day. And, I think that I'm very lucky that my partner, she is an entrepreneur. Both my parents run small businesses, and they very much keep me in check that, it is extremely hard to run businesses and not to take that for granted when working with all the entrepreneurs that I work with.